Hello everyone, welcome to ACE Online and a very good evening. Welcome back to the Current Affairs Initiative, Daily Current Affairs Initiative, and we are taking up the first day in February, right? So we will see what are all the articles that we are going to cover. Then we will also see the detailed analysis of each of the articles, right? So the first article that we are going to cover is Deputy Chief Minister. So this will be from Polity, right? So this will be from Polity section. Right, recently, there was a change in Chief Minister of Bihar and there were two Deputy Chief Minister appointed. See, we'll see what is the post and what are the powers that are allocated to the Deputy Chief Minister. Then, National Mission for Mentoring by Ministry of Education. So, we will see it is the details about it, which it comes under the schemes. Then, Index of 8 core industries. So this comes under the economy part. We will see what actually is a core industry. Then we will see what are all the 8 core industries and also a few more details which are relevant for our exam. Next one district, one product, Sampark initiative. So this is covered from PIB. This was taken from PIB. We will see which ministry and what is actually one district, one product and all. This comes under the schemes again. Schemes, right? This is economy. Then 5 new Ramsar sites were added. This is an international as well as biodiverse convention. Okay, so this comes under the environment. 16th Finance Commission. So this is a part of polity as well as economy. We will see who are all the members and what is actually a finance commission. We will see in detail. Then we will also see factual pointers which will cover a World Leprosy Day and one more fact. Then finally, we will also see some practice questions based on the topics that we cover, right? I hope my voice is clear. Let's start. Yeah, so let's start this. First article is Deputy Chief Minister. So the context is very straight. If you have followed just even the social media, you might have seen that the Nitish Kumar, who was actually a previous Chief Minister, the same Chief Minister has sworn in as a Chief Minister for 9th time with 2 Deputy Chief Ministers. So there are a number of parties in Bihar, so there is a change in coalition. Recently BJP was tied up with the Nitish Kumar party. So there were 2 Chief Ministers from BJP government and the Chief Minister was from Nitish Kumar party, right? So here we need to know about the Deputy Chief Minister. That is relevant for our exam. We are not going to see what is the political issues and all. Those are never relevant for our exams. So you can just focus on the post of Deputy Chief Minister. Okay. So first we will know who is actually a Deputy Chief Minister. So who is actually a Deputy Chief Minister, that we need to know. It is not a constitutional post. See, generally understand in the context of Indian political system, there are number of parties and there are certain what you call popular personality within the party. Even in single party, you can see 2-3 persons who has a lot of popularity among the masses, or maybe because of the caste, religion, something else. So that's why there is always a demand that 2 persons should become Chief Minister. Like there is a 2-3 persons who are competitors for Chief Minister, right? So in that context, there will be certain situation where the High Command or the highest party authorities will choose one Chief Minister, because Constitution has mandated only one person can be chosen as a Chief Minister and rest of the people are given with the Deputy Chief Ministers to satisfy, right? So that there won't be any break. Here, the Deputy Chief Minister is not a constitutional post. That means there is no mention of the name Deputy Chief Minister in the Indian Constitution, right? There is a mention of Chief Minister, but there is no mention of Deputy Chief Minister. So what it happens, it is a political arrangement. That is not a constitutional post or legal post, rather it is a political arrangement. So the context I have discussed with you, that whenever there are some personalities who are competing for Chief Minister post, it is aimed to satisfy them so that there won't be any breakage. Deputy Chief Minister is equivalent to Cabinet Minister. So this is very important. So there are number of ministers, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Home Affairs. So like that, there are number of ministries within the Council of Ministers. So this Deputy Chief Minister is equivalent to other ministries, like other ministries whatever we are having, equivalent to the same, right? So that is also important here in terms of ranks, perks, how much money he gets. So all these things are similar to Cabinet Minister and does not have any specific financial powers, right? See, financial or administrative powers. For example, if a ministry is from Home Affairs, so what is the powers to that particular minister to take care of law and order? If it is he is the Minister of Agriculture, then he need to take care of the agriculture system in the state. But here, Deputy Chief Minister does not have any specific role or financial powers to allocate the money, right? So that is also important point to remember. And he reports directly to the Chief Minister. So usually almost all the ministers, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Home Affairs, all the persons obviously report to the Chief Minister because he is the main authority among the Council of Ministers as given by the Constitution. So this person, whoever is appointed as the Deputy Chief Minister, has to directly seek or directly report it to the Chief Minister, and whatever the decisions he want to take, he need to take the decision from the Chief Minister. He want to go to certain place or conduct certain program, so he or she need to take permission from the Chief Minister, right? Because there is no specific mention of the role for the Deputy Chief Minister. So every time he need to take some decision, so you need to take approval from the Chief Minister. He also does not have access to any files. So if that person, he or she want to go through the files of any ministries or even in the Chief Ministry, but he has no authority. Only if the Chief Ministry is advised or given permission to take care of, then only he or she has to access those files. So he cannot directly go and access those files. So there is no such powers to the Deputy Chief Minister. Then why are Deputy Chief Ministers appointed in the states? If there is no power, if there is no authority, then why they are appointing the Deputy Chief Minister? See, more than 11 to 12 states currently out of 28 states have Deputy Chief Minister. Then why they are appointing it? To reduce the incidence of anti-defection. So anti-defection, which is mentioned in Schedule 10, right? So this is means changing the party. You might have seen lot of events in the context of Indian states. There are a number of people who jump at different parties and there is a change in government. So if some person who want to jump to other parties given with the Deputy Chief Minister, he will somehow satisfy, right? So that's the case. We call it as a political post. That is one reason. Then improves governance. There is also a situation where it was helped to enhance the governance. For example, whenever the Chief Minister is busy, say for example, one Chief Minister has gone to World Economic Forum for international meetings, right? So to bring investment. So here to take care of that role, there is certain people who are appointed as the Deputy Chief Ministers. So they are helpful in governance as well. Then better representation of community. So you might have seen in most of the states, the Chief Ministers are from higher castes or from specific religions. So to gratify all communities, because India is a different diverse country with different castes, so to make the holistic arrangement for different communities, this post is being conducted. So you might have seen in Andhra Pradesh, there were 5 Deputy Chief Minister appointed in 2019 from different communities. So that is one such example. Then potential successor to Chief Minister. If so, Chief Minister want to resign or maybe he lose some power in the future, so there is always a person who can replace that particular person. So these are all the reasons why in the Indian political system there is a appointment of Deputy Chief Ministers, right? Now, history of Deputy Chief Minister also you need to know. These are all facts which are relevant for our exam. You have to know because in most of the exams they are asking in terms of statement based or some factual things. So you need to know about this history also, okay? So here the origin can be traced back to the Deputy Prime Minister, not actually the Deputy Chief Minister. So there is no post like Deputy Prime Minister in the Constitution. But Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was appointed as a Deputy Prime Minister to Jawaharlal Nehru, right? To assist and to take major decisions when Jawaharlal Nehru is not available. So here Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was appointed as a Deputy Prime Minister in 1947 after India got the independence. So this is the context where there is a backup to the Deputy Chief Minister. I mean, this is the background actually. This Deputy Chief Minister derived the name from Deputy Prime Minister. So this is the context. They may ask who is the first Deputy Prime Minister also. Then, so that is why it led to the formation of Deputy Chief Minister in many of the states. So the first leader to hold the post of Deputy Chief Minister, this is a fact, very important. So first Deputy Chief Minister in India was Angra Narayan Sinha from Bihar. from Bihar. Yeah, here it is. So he was the first person in whole India, among all the states, he was the first person to appointed as a deputy chief minister. Then after that, recently Karpuri Thakur. So if you might have followed our news, we have discussed this about Bharat Ratna. He got this Bharat Ratna award. So he is the second person to appoint as a deputy chief minister. So all these facts are also very important for our exams, right? So this is the history of deputy chief minister. Now we need to know how he or she is appointed, or how he or she is removed as well. So how the council of ministers are appointed, if you have gone through the polity, same way the council of ministers is selected by chief minister. The actual chief minister is appointed by the governor, right? So the governor appoints as chief minister, and the council of ministers, whoever want to make the council of ministers, that is decided by the chief minister. So chief minister will allocate the portfolios to different persons to carry over the administration through the ministries. So here also the deputy chief minister is appointed by chief minister. So it is completely of the discretion of the chief minister, similar to the council of ministers, right? So council of ministers are also appointed on the discretion of the chief ministers, right? So here chief minister may change the person, or he can remove the person whenever he wants. So it is completely under the discretion of the chief minister. So that is what the same thing it is talking about, right? So the removal or appointment is completely in the hands of chief minister, right? So that is important. So that is about the deputy chief minister. There was 2 deputy ministers appointed in the Bihar cabinet recently. That's why we have seen what is the issue, why they are appointing, who is deputy chief minister, his history, or the present scenario we have seen in detail, right? So any doubt in this? Sir, when will you do video on budget? Yes, we are preparing it. So today only the document has come. We will mostly tomorrow evening, in place of current affairs session, we may see the budget, because most of the articles, most of the newspapers, most of the PIB, they will cover budget only. So tomorrow evening we will have a budget session. It is not just about discussing the facts, that it is completely against the exam pattern. Most of the students are just by-hearting the factual data. It is not the case. You need to know the concept. Then, for example, budget is divided into capital and revenue budget. So you need to know what is capital, revenue, all these things. So we will discuss in detail tomorrow evening. Along with the concepts, we will also discuss the facts which are relevant for our exams. Okay, right. So mostly tomorrow evening we will have a session on budget. Second article, National Mission for Mentoring. So National Mission for Mentoring. So what is the context? This is taken from PIB, National Council for Teacher Education. So you need to remember this, which authority is taking care of this program, this scheme. So National Council of Teacher Education awaits the ministry not to roll out this program. So already it is ready with the plan and all, but they need permission from Ministry of Education, which is the highest authority to take care decisions related to the education. So this department or this organization is awaiting for the approval to implement this particular scheme, right? Now what we have to do, we have to understand the background, from where this scheme has come, when it was planned, right? And what are the provisions, what is the objective, that we need to know, right? So before knowing the objective, we will just know the background first, when the first idea of National Mission for Mentoring has come. So you might be aware, during the COVID years, government has launched National Education Policy 2020, right? So this is after 1986 National Education Policy, government has launched National Education Policy 2020. So everyone knows this. It aimed to flourish knowledge systems by establishing a large pool of outstanding professionals. That means, so the aim is to pool the teachers, whoever is working in the government schools, government colleges. So this National Education Policy aimed to pool all the teachers with a good knowledge. But how we will make the teachers much better way? So the teachers can be 30 years, 25 years persons also can become teachers, 30 years persons can also become teachers, 50 years also persons can also become teachers. So here government will pool expertise from different departments, from international organizations, wherever it can, and then they will act as a mentors for the teachers who are working in the government schools or government colleges, right? Because expertise means some people will be expertise in sociology, some people might expertise in shipping, some persons may be expertise in economy. So all those at the international level or the national level, we pool certain expertise, and then they will mentor the teachers in the schools as well as government colleges. So the teachers' quality will increase, right? So that is the objective of the scheme. Okay, this was envisaged by National Education Policy. National Education Policy aimed to implement this scheme to nurture the teachers, right? To especially focusing on school teachers, right? So that was aimed. Then after that, after the National Education Policy 2020, that was given power for National Council for Teacher Education. So National Education Policy, after launching it, Ministry of Education given authority to NCTE to take care of this mission for mentoring the government school teachers, right? So after giving the authority, this NCTE, what it has done, it has already done a what you call pilot mode. So you can see in 29th July 2022, it has already implemented in certain 30 central schools, and it was very successful. Okay, so they were able to mentor properly. So pilot project means for a temporary purpose. So they have implemented with the successful. Now it has come up with the full plan and given proposal to the Ministry of Education. So just waiting for the nod. Okay, what is the purpose? We have already discussed. So to pool all the expertise from different fields and then nurture the teachers to increase their expertise and experience along with the knowledge. So that is the objective of the scheme. So how the questions can be framed? Which ministry has launched, what is the objective, and from which scheme they are deriving. So all these things can be asked, right? So that is about the mentoring program. Any doubt? So we have covered the context why it is there in news. It is just awaiting for the Ministry of Education nod, and what is the background when it was first launched. Then pilot project we have seen, and then finally the purpose we have discussed. That's what in detail. If there are any launch from the government by giving some document in future, there may be a little bit more discussion on this particular scheme, right? Now this is a little bit more important one from economy part, right? So we will see what is index of 8 core industries. Okay, very important. You have to a little bit more focus to understand this conceptual things. First, we will understand the context, why it is there in news, index of 8 core industries. We will see from very basic level, no need to worry, what is actually a core industry and then what is index, all these things we will see. Before that, let's understand the context. So recently, every month this report will be released by the Ministry of Commerce. So there is an increase of 3.8%. This index has increased 3.8% when we compare to the December 2023. In January, we got increase of 3.8%. This was released by the government. So that's why it is there in news in PIB. Now, let's understand the core industries. Then we will go with the index part. So industry means what? Any physical asset or physical infrastructure that can create the goods, right? That is called as an industry. And we have number of industries, hundreds of industries we have. So core industry means that part of industry sector which are very important for economy to grow, right? Like you can take coal sector. Without coal you cannot even produce energy. So electricity that we are generating, 68% or more than that, 70 approximately of our energy is coming from coal only, not from sunlight or not from water hydropower. It is from coal only. So there are certain sectors which government has recognized that they are very important for our economy to move forward. So there are such 8 sectors the government has recognized. So these you can see here what are all the core 8 sectors. You need to remember this for exam. Actually they have asked many times in most of the exams. So you can just even if you are not clear here. So there are 8: coal, crude oil, natural gas, petroleum, refinery products, fertilizers, steel, cement and electricity. So these are the 8 sectors which are core to our economy to move forward. Okay, now you understood what is core sector from this slide, right? Now we'll move to what is actually the index of 8 core industries, right? For example, you take any point of time, for example December 2023, December 31. So there is on December 31, there are some 8 industries. Okay. So there are 8 industries, core industries, and they are producing, say for example, this is a coal. How much coal it is produced? 100 kgs or tons you can say, multiplied by certain amount, you can say directly volume. So 100 tons. Okay. Now this one is, for example, you take crude oil, it has produced around 100 liters. So every industry will produce certain amount of goods. When we compare to December 31, what is the production at January 31? Has it increased? So from 100 to 120 it produced. This one produced 90, so it reduced. So overall we will see at the individual level of industry as well. So how much each industry has increased its production for every month. Similarly, overall this industry growth, this core industry all together 8, how much they were able to increase, whether they were able to increase or decrease. So here, if you are considering this from December 31, 2023 to January 31, the notable thing was around 3.8%. So where we have seen this, yeah. So 3.8% growth has been shown by 8 core industries. When we compare to December 31, January 31, there was a 3.8% growth. Okay. So based on this, governments can estimate so how much we need to encourage, which particular industry we need to support, because some industry will be lagging, some industry will be moving forward. So overall also we will know whether to focus on industry sector or go to the service sector, and within industry sector we will also know which industry to be focused in the coming days, right? So that is the index. We will give different weightage to different industries. Coal is more important, we can give more importance to that, but that is very technical. You no need to worry how much weightage is given and all. That is not too much important for each of the industries. So I hope you understood what is core industry and then what is index of 8 core industries. Okay. So these are the 8 core sectors, and these has contributed to the growth of 3.8%. So any doubts in this? We'll move ahead. If you are having any confusion, you can ask so that I will explain again. So this index of 8 core industry is prepared every month. That is also important. They may ask for quarter or year based, something like that. In statement based questions they may ask. So it is released every month. That is important. And which ministry? Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and within that there is a Department of Promotion of Industry and Industrial Trade. So these are facts that you need to remember. I mean no need to explain, there is nothing concept there. You need to remember who is releasing and all. So these 8 companies, the 8 core industries, I would say, not companies, is only 40% of total index of industrial production. I have told you that there are number of industries in India, more than hundreds of industry. Out of that, only 8 are recognized as a core. Okay, rest of the industries are not core. Okay, so these 8 core companies are having 40% of weightage among the total industries that we are having. So if you are calculating this core every month, that means government will be able to know how to focus on which industry to be focused. Rest of the 60% weightage is given to other companies. So don't confuse here. This is an index of core industries. This is an index of 8 core industries, which is part of index of industrial production. So this is a bigger circle. That means all the companies comes under this index of industrial production. Within that, 40% is occupied by index of 8 core industries. So rest of the 60%, we have other companies. We are not worried about it. So here what we are discussing, index of 8 core industry was released by government. So this 40% we are talking about here. So don't confuse with index of 8 core industries with index of industrial production. I will tell you about index of industrial production also, but this is the overall performance of industries, and this is only 40% of the industries, right? So that is the context. Now within these 8 core companies, we have different weightage given to different industries. So I told that there is a different weightage. All the 8 industries are not equally given. That will not give the reflection. Certain industries will have more importance, certain industries will have less importance. So within this core 8 core industries, the most important one, the highest weightage is given for petroleum and refinery products or refinery production. So this is having 28%. You need to remember the highest one, that's all, and the lowest one. Fertilizer production. So the least weightage is given to fertilizer and first highest is given to petroleum. If you want, you can also remember the second one, electricity. So these are the 8 core industries, and weightage you need to remember the highest and lowest, right? Only 8, rest of 60% is part of IIP, but not this core industries index, right? Now you can see IIP also, you need to know, some people might have confused with IIP. So you can see about index of industrial production. So as I told, India have 100 companies. So this is all 100 industries. So these are all industries in India, and the 40% is core industries. So this 40% is core industries, and this is IIP, all the industrial index. This is core industry index. So here it is a composite indicator calculating the volume of all the industries that are producing in the country. So this will also be part like given every month for all the industries, hundreds of industries, and these core industries are also given separately every month along with the IIP as well. So IIP is nothing but the performance of all the industries in India, and index of core industries is performance of only 8 core industries, right? So here IIP has different weightages. So you can see here, no need to worry, primary goods has highest, base year is 2011-12. So someone might ask, what is the base year, sir? I'm not aware about base year. See, for anything you need to measure, that need to be compared with certain end. For example, your performance of last year exam, 2022 exam or 2023 exam, how you have performed in 2024. So now all the industries are calculated based on the base year of 2011-12. So if you are calculating the production of 2024, you compare what was the production at 2011. Yes, there will be production at 2023. There is a comparison between 2023 till 2024. That is will also be there. But here the main base year will be the standard, because that is the year where Indian economy was achieving stable growth. Employment was good, service was good. So all the sectors were, performance was very good. So that's why we are comparing with 2011 base year. From 2011 to 2024, how much development has happened. After that, there was no change in base year. The government is mulling it to change the base year. So it may change, but this was a stable year. So that's why government is comparing the IAP and all these things compared to 2011 and 12. So that is the base year. Here primary goods are given highest weightage, that you can remember. So primary goods means what? We have number of industries. Primary goods means which are used for in the production, the next coming. Like wheat, you can say that is a primary good, right? So these are intermediary goods. Then that is called as you can say bread, milk, all these things becomes intermediary goods which can produce. These are the primary goods which directly collect from the earth, right? So from the directly without any processing, whatever we are collecting it, like wheat, rice, those are all called as primary goods. These are having the highest weightage in the IIP, right? So that is the fact about IIP briefly. I hope you have followed. Yeah, PDF, yes, actually we are trying to share. It may take some time because these things has to prepare a bit early. So we are trying, soon you will get it in an organized manner. At the video itself, we will share the link. Just have patience for some time, we are working on it. Okay, right. The fourth article, One District, One Product, Sampark Initiative. So this you need to know the context, and then we will see what is one district, one product. First, the context is this: Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, right? So DPIIT under Ministry of Commerce has recently conducted this initiative across the regions of the India, across the states of India. They have conducted one district, one product, Sampark. This is aimed at creating awareness about one district, one product. So here the question is important, not the one district, one product, Sampark initiative. Just ministry you can remember. But actual question will come from what is actually one district, one product. This scheme is just to promote this, the already launched one district, one product scheme. So we need to know what actually is one district, one product. That is the most important here, right? So let's go to one district, one product initiative. You might be aware that we have more than 800 districts across India, more than 700 districts, and each district has certain specific thing, right? So for example, Venkatagiri sarees from Nellore is very popular, right? Some sweet Putarekulu is famous from one of the districts in Andhra Pradesh, or you can see many other products from many other districts in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab. So we have certain products popular from each of the district. So we need to recognize the one product from one district, and we need to support that product so that that production will increase and export to other countries. So if we are exporting to other countries means what? We are getting the foreign exchange. We are getting the foreign money in our hand so that we can buy the foreign articles whenever we need. So that is the aim. So they want to promote, they want to take one product, one food product or another popular product, need to promote it so that they need to increase the export from that particular district for specific of this product, right? So that is the objective. The initiative plans to accomplish with manufacturing, supporting local business, right? So see, it is very, whenever we are increasing our population, government employment or taking specific service sector employment is not the case. It is not a long-term solution. Rather, we need to create employment, diversify the employment, right? Self-dependent. That's why government is promoting this. People who are having skills with this, they can promote the local manufacturing, exports, and economy also will move forward. So that is the objective. So under one district, one product initiative, there were around 1102 products identified from 761 district. So it is not the case that one district has to select only one. It can be more than one. So total 1102 products were selected through 761 district across the country under the product. This is also fact very important for our exam, right? So we have know the objective, we came to know the objective, why the government has launched this, right? And we also know what is the selection, how many has happened. Now, there are some more facts which you need to remember for the exam. Those things you need to remember. Here the initiative is under the Department of Commerce, Ministry of Commerce, which is taken by the Director General of Foreign Trade to carry forward this initiative. Why? Why Director General of Foreign Trade has taken this? Because they want to enhance the exports from that particular district, and to promote the exports from India, Director General of Foreign Trade is the responsible. That's why it is being carried out under the Ministry of Commerce by the Director General of Foreign Trade. That is also important. The first of this scheme was launched in Uttar Pradesh in 2018. Very important. So the launch of the scheme has happened in Uttar Pradesh in 2019. First launch, right? Now it is under the Ministry of Commerce. That is also important. These facts you need to remember, right? Yeah, that is about the one district, one product. So we have seen the context and why it is there in use. We have seen the objective and how many was selected and what are all the ministry involved when it was launched. All these things we have seen, right? So this is about the one district, one product. Now there is a very, very important article. See, many students as a context come, so I will also tell this, many of the students are coming and asking about, sir, how to prepare environment, how to prepare science and technology. For environment, science and technology, you need to cover current affairs comprehensively. Almost 90% of questions of environment and science and technology will come from current affairs only. You can check any exams, most of the questions will come from current affairs, right? So these environmental issues are frequently covered in current affairs, so you need to just follow these things. Here we will take one such important article, that is Ramsar sites. So there were 5 new Ramsar sites. We will see what is actually Ramsar site, what is actually the Ramsar, and then how many sites are there, what are all the important things, all these things we will see. But we will understand the context, why it is there in news yesterday. Recently, there were new 5 sites were added into the list of Ramsar sites from India, taking it to 80, the number 80. Now India is having 80, increased from 75. Okay, so this is the context. There were new Ramsar sites. Now what we need to do? Why? When it was launched yesterday, they launched it that there were 5 more. Why only yesterday? What is the speciality? They have launched these things. We will see. And what is actually Ramsar site? All these things we will proceed now. Right? So you can see the tweet from the Ministry of Environment. Right? So there were new 5 sites. We will also see those 5 sites. Don't worry. First, we will understand what is actually Ramsar Convention. Okay. Yeah. I hope you guys are following. I'm just checking the comments. If you're having any doubts, you can put it here so we can discuss over there, right? So what is Ramsar Convention? First, Ramsar is a city in Iran. Okay? So Ramsar is a city in Iran and the convention was signed in that particular city in 1971. Okay? So they have signed this in 1971 to protect the wetlands across the world, right? So first we need to understand what is actually wetland. So the name itself says wet and land. So any land temporarily or permanently supporting the water systems and also flora and fauna, I mean the plants and animals there. So that land is called as wetland. So any land which is supporting the water systems temporarily or permanently and also supporting the life system of, that is plants and animals. So those can be considered as a wetland. Any of those lands are called as a wetland. So the governments across the world, they have met at Ramsar in Iran and then they they have analyzed the situation across the world environment. They have came to the picture that wetlands are degrading. That means the quality of the life there, the amount of water, there are depleting resources across the world in the wetlands. So the government has agreed that all the countries are facing this issue of depletion in the wetlands. So let's sign the convention. Let's sign an agreement and we need to take the care of our wetlands which are located in our territories. That is, for example, we are Indians. All the wetlands which are kept under our Indian territory, which are part of our Indian territory, Indian government has to take care of them. So that is the objective, that is the background of Ramsar Convention. So they may directly ask, what is Ramsar Convention? It is nothing but to protect the wetlands all across the world. Okay, it was signed in 1971 and it is only the international environment, only an international agreement that address specific habitat. We have a specific habitat like wetlands, we have mangroves, right? Or we have corals, we have number of other types of habitats, right? So desert habitats. So this is the only international agreement that have a specific goal of protecting the wetlands, right? So that is about the Ramsar Convention. We have already discussed it is signed in Iranian city in 1971 but entered into force in 1975, right? So it entered into the force in 1975 and the first site designated was Coburg Peninsula in Australia. So in 1974 itself, after signing it, they have identified the first place, that is Coburg Peninsula in Australia, as the first designated Ramsar wetland. We have a number of wetlands. In India, we have more than 1,000 wetlands, but only 80 are recognized, right? So that we will see why only 80 are there and all. So on February 1, 1982, India became the member of the convention. So India is not a founding member. Okay, remember this thing. India is not a founding member, rather they have joined after approximately 8 to 10 years. India joined in 1982 of this convention, right? So there are 3 pillars of Ramsar sites identified by the agreement. So whenever they are signing the agreement, they have put 3 pillars how to deal with the wetlands. First one is wise use. That means how efficiently we can use the wetland. So we can take gains from it, like some birds or some other animals, we can gain benefit from it, like fishing and all. But we need to also use them wisely so that they won't what you call deplete. We need to replenish, we need to recreate. So we need to support certain initiatives which will not hamper the overall sustainable growth of that wetland, right? So that is called as wise use. Then list of wetlands under the international importance. So you need to protect all the wetlands, but whatever the wetlands that are very, very important, which the local communities are depending. So based on the importance, we need to select those and kept under the Ramsar Convention. Not all the wetlands of your country will be part of Ramsar Convention, but only those which are very, very important. You identify, you propose it, we will study and we will agree it, right? So Ministry of Environment proposed certain sites and the Ramsar Convention, the international convention will agree and accept those names, right? So that's why only 80 are there. Those 80 are very important for our livelihoods. That's why 80 were identified. So this is the second pillar. Third pillar is international cooperation. So one person's success, one country's success will be shared with the other countries. So there will be cooperation among the countries to overall growth of the whole earth. So that is the third pillar of Ramsar Convention. These are the three pillars of the Ramsar Convention, Ramsar sites. Now there is one more concept called as Montreux Record. So Montreux is a place in Switzerland. Right? Montreux is a place in Switzerland. So under the Ramsar Convention itself, so this Montreux Record is not a separate initiative, rather it is part of Ramsar. Montreux Record is part of Ramsar Wetland Convention. So Ramsar Convention we already understood, but within Ramsar Convention there are number of sites across the world, and among those sites there are specific sites which are very much in danger. They have already identified. So for example, one site, Chilika Lake, was identified. Now the International Convention came to know that this Chilika Lake is degrading. This is being vanished. So in such dangerous condition, Ramsar sites, whatever the Ramsar sites that are available, those will be put separately in a separate record, Montreux Record, so that we focus more on it, we monitor it, and we try to catch up them with the normal growth, right? So Montreux Record is a separate record under Ramsar site which identify the critical wetlands and then try to monitor them regularly, so that we need to take back to them for the normal growth. So that is the Montreux Record which is under the Ramsar Convention. So this was actually not signed immediately like 1975. It was not exactly signed when the agreement came of Ramsar Convention. Rather, it came into the picture in Brisbane 1996. In 1993, Montreux is a place in Switzerland. So when they met at Switzerland, they identified that we will create a separate record, okay, for giving more monitoring. But it came into the picture in Brisbane meeting in 1996. So Montreux Record came into the picture in 1996. That is also important. And as of now, India has two such sites: Koyalodelo National Park in Rajasthan, Koyalodelo National Park, and then Loktak Lake in Manipur. So there are two sites among 80 Ramsar sites. There are two sites which were kept under the Montreux Record. So the international Ramsar Convention is monitoring this. These two are in danger, a little bit more critical situation because of pollution, increasing climate change. So this record is already kept these two things, and it is monitoring. Okay. Earlier we had Chilika Lake also part of Montreux Record, but because of the measures taken by the local government, local communities, it was removed later, and now it is fine. So there are two such sites in the Montreux Record as of 2024 January, right? So a few more facts that you need to know about the Ramsar sites. Most of the Ramsar sites in which state? So that will also be asked in the exam. So we have Tamil Nadu, total 16 sites are there from Tamil Nadu, followed by Uttar Pradesh. So two can be remembered. Highest we are having from Tamil Nadu. From 80 Ramsar site, 16 are from Tamil Nadu, which is highest, followed by Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so that you need to remember. And also you need to know under which state. I mean, we have 80 Ramsar sites and there is total amount of area. Out of that, we have more sites in Tamil Nadu, but the total area covered is from West Bengal. This is also important. Total Ramsar sites area is highest in West Bengal, but the number of Ramsar sites are more in Tamil Nadu. This area is followed by Odisha, right? In terms of area, Ramsar sites area is covered more in West Bengal, but in terms of number, you need to remember the Tamil Nadu. These two facts also you need to remember, right? And the smallest wetland and the largest wetland. So the largest wetland, the Ramsar site in India is Sundarbans in West Bengal. So this is the largest Ramsar site in India, and the least area wise, the least wetland is Renuka Lake in Himachal Pradesh. So these facts also you need to remember for the exams, right? So that is about the Ramsar sites. And now 5 sites that were added. We will come up with a different video about these 5 sites. Each of the sites have specific features, so we cannot discuss this in detail. It will take a lot of time. So these 5 are chosen: 3 from Karnataka and 2 from Tamil Nadu. 2 from Tamil Nadu. So Karaivetti Bird Sanctuary, You need to remember these 5. See, there are total 80 Ramsar sites. You no need to worry. Whatever the recent editions ones, you need to remember where they are located. So, Karaivetti Bird Sanctuary, it is located in Tamil Nadu. Then, Magadi Kere Conservatory Reserve, this is located in Karnataka. Longwood Shola Reserve Forest in Tamil Nadu. Ankasamudra Bird Conservation Reserve, this is in Karnataka. Agnashini Estuary in Karnataka. So these are the 5 wetlands that were added recently by the Ramsar Convention, right? So these 5 you need to remember. Now there is also a context why they have launched only this particular day. Is Koller Lake in AP is under active Ramsar site? Yes, it is part of Ramsar site. Koller Lake is now part of Ramsar site. It is a freshwater lake located in the Eluru district of Eluru and West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh. Yes, that is an active part. Koller Lake is one of the 80 Ramsar sites in India, right? Now there is a context why they have announced the new 5 wetlands from India, because we are celebrating World Wetland Day tomorrow, 2024. So it is being celebrated on February 2nd. So tomorrow we are going to celebrate the World Wetland Day. So that's why they have announced these sites. So why we are celebrating World Wetland Day on February 2nd? Because we have signed the Ramsar Convention of Wetlands in 1971 in this particular day. So the countries have signed this agreement on February 2nd, 1971. That's why this particular day was recognized as World Wetland Day. So why we have selected this particular day? To raise global awareness about the importance of wetlands and their well-being. That's why. And also you need to remember the theme of this year, World Wetland Day. So the theme is wetlands and human well-being. This also you need to remember. The theme is very, very important. Wetlands and human well-being is the theme of this year, World Wetland Day. So this is about the Ramsar sites and the related data. We have discussed very comprehensively, and you can expect at least 1-2 questions from this particular questions. Okay? Right? Yeah. So next article is 16th Finance Commission. We will see what is the context and what is actually the Finance Commission and all related data. So the context is this: government appoints members of 16th Finance Commission. So now we moved into the 16th Finance Commission. We will see what is actually Finance Commission, why it is the 16th time. So how many these things as covered, all these things we will see in the coming slides. Here 16th Finance Commission was constituted on 31st December 2023. So last year, last day of December, government has constituted the 16th Finance Commission, and it is chaired by Aravind Panagaria, the former vice chairperson of Niti Aayog. He was the first vice chairperson of Niti Aayog when it was launched in 2014. So now he is becoming the chairperson or chairman of the 16th Finance Commission. This is very, very important. And the members, other members, you can see here. You don't need to worry about other members. There are total 4 members. That will be sufficient. 4 plus chairman. So total 5 members is part of 16th Finance Commission. That can be remembered. So other members are Ajay Narayan, and then Annie George, Niranjan, Soumya Kanti. So you don't need to remember the names. That is not relevant for our exam. Total 5 members are there. So this is the context. The government has appointed the new members to the Finance Commission. That's why we are taking care of these things. Okay, right. Now what is actually the Finance Commission? So India is a federal country. That means states have certain financial powers and the center has some different powers. So if there is any body which is regulating or distributing the finances, there may be a collision between the center state, and that will affect the overall political system in the India, right? So because of this, our constitution has enabled one separate body to deal with the finances between the center and states. That particular body is called as Finance Commission. So what is the duty of Finance Commission? To take care of the finances, to estimate the finances, how the collection is going on, and recommending, not what you call giving mandate, rather recommending to the center and states how to distribute money among themselves. So that is the duty of the Finance Commission. It will read all the financial situation of the country and then recommend how to distribute, how to expenditure the funds and all. It will just suggest the governments. So that is the thing. It is a constitutional mandated body. That means it is not established by Parliament Act, rather directly in the constitution itself they have mentioned under Article 280, right, to recommend how tax revenue should be shared between the states and center. So that's what I was telling. So article is 280, very important, and why it is set up is also important. What is the duty of Finance Commission, right? Now, who appoints this Finance Commission? The Article 280 of Indian Constitution has said that President will appoint for every 5 years. For every 5 years, once the elections has happened, for every 5 years, President has to appoint a commission for every 5 years. That is also important. Constitute a Finance Commission for every 5 years. So, yes, they have given power for appointing Finance Commission to the President, but what is the service condition? Who are the eligible for Finance Commission members? Those things will be taken care by the Parliament. The final appointment will be done by President. But who are eligible, what is the eligibility, what is the salaries they will get, all these things will be taken care by the Parliament. So they have passed some acts related to that, and they have given the service conditions or the eligibility conditions of the Finance Commissioners. So this is about the Finance Commission. Now there was also an amendment in 1992. They have amended, adjusted or modified the existing constitution, that Finance Commission earlier was taking care only about the central finances. Now this article has given power to the Finance Commission that you take care of consolidated fund of the states as well. So not only the finances of the center, you also study the funds of state governments as well as the panchayats and then recommend it. It is not mandate actually. It is a recommendation. So whether they follow it or not, that's secondary. But at least you study them and give sufficient recommendations so that they will get an idea about it. So this was amended in 1992 and given power to study the state finances as well as panchayats and suggest how they can expenditure, where to expenditure, how to collect the tax, all these things you take care. So this is also important to remember. Okay. And now we are in 16th Finance Commission. So for every 5 years, government is or the President is appointing the new Finance Commission. Now we are in 16th Finance Commission. Now we are in actually 15th Finance Commission. And this 16th Finance Commission will recommend starting from April 1, 2026. So the funds, how will be distributed between the states and center will be decided by this 16th Finance Commission from April 1, 2026. So we are in 2024, that means we are in 15th Finance Commission now. The next Finance Commission recommendation will start from April 1, 2026. Okay. Center has given deadline to submit the report by October 31, 2025. So at least 6-7 months before, this report has to be given to the Parliament so that they will study and accordingly they will modify certain things if they want and come to picture on April 1st, 2026. So that is about the 16th Finance Commission, right? So any doubts in this? We will move to the factual pointers now. There are only 2 facts or 3 facts, you can say 2 facts which are relevant for our exam. So in 2024, World Leprosy Day was celebrated on 28th January 2024. World Leprosy Day was celebrated on 28th January 2024 and the theme is Beat Leprosy. Very simple. The theme is Beat Leprosy. Very important to remember. Okay. And one more fact, Kenya has officially announced that they have discovered coltan deposits. So you can see here coltan deposits, which is one of the minerals in the Mendeleev table, right? So coltan deposits they have found for the first time. So they may ask in the exam which country has recently found the coltan deposits. So it is Kenya. So it has discovered for the first time. So coltan is nothing but a dull black metallic ore that can be extracted, used to extract niobium and tantalum, which are very, very high important minerals in manufacturing production of what you call electric goods and all. So these 2 can be taken from coltan deposits. So that is about the today's factual pointers. Now let's start the practice questions. So if you have any doubts, you can ask, or else we'll start the practice questions. Let's see the first question. which one of the following statements about Deputy Chief Minister is correct? So we have seen the details about the Deputy Chief Minister. So the questions can come like this. The first statement, the post of Deputy Chief Minister is mentioned under Article 164 of the Indian Constitution. So that is the first statement. Second statement, only one Deputy Chief Minister. Here you can keep Deputy. Only one Deputy Chief Minister is allowed by the Constitution for each state to assist the Chief Minister. So only one Deputy Chief Minister is allowed by the Constitution. That's what the statement is saying. And the post of Deputy Chief Minister is equivalent to the rank of Cabinet Minister in the state. So take 10 seconds and try to answer this question. Okay, so one is B, someone is saying 3, okay, 3 only, okay. Someone is saying B as well as 3 only, okay, we will see. So this is not a constitutional post, we have already discussed, this is a political post. So 2 options are eliminated, and the second statement is only one Deputy Chief Minister is allowed by the Constitution. Actually, Constitution itself is not mentioned the Deputy Chief Minister. So any number of people can be appointed based on the discretion of the Chief Minister. There is no constitution at all. So very easy. Third is the correct. B is the correct. The post Deputy Chief Minister is equivalent to rank of Cabinet Secretary. Fine. Next, National Mission for Mentoring is launched under Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Bade Bharat, National Education Policy 2020, PM E-Vidya. So under which ministry? Yeah, B is correct, Rajkumar, you have answered it correct. So under which initiative this National Mission for Mentoring has been launched? I'm giving you 10 seconds, so try to answer it. Someone have answered it as C, okay. Any other answer? Okay, yes. It was launched under National Education Policy. We have discussed this in 2020. The National Education Policy aimed to launch the mentoring activity. So this is launched under the, yes, C is correct. Both of you are correct. It is launched under National Education Policy 2020. Next, which one of the following are among the 8 core industries? So this is taken from UPSC Civils Prelims. So we have discussed the 8. This is long back, 2011 prelims UPSC, but yeah, previous question. So which of the following are among the 8 core industries? Cement industry, fertilizer, shipping, refinery, textiles. So they have given 5. So now giving you 10 seconds to answer it. For third question. Okay, someone has answered it as A, 1 to 4. Let's wait for a few more answers. Yeah, so both 2 people have answered it as A. Cement, yes. Fertilizer, yes. There is no shipping. We have not seen shipping. And then there is no textiles. So refinery products, cement and fertilizers. Others are electricity. You can see that where we have discussed. So answer is correct. 1 to 4 only. Next question. This is also again the previous year question of UPSC prelims. Again, this was question taken from UPSC itself. We have already discussed what is Ramsar Site Montrex record. So if a wetland of international importance is brought under Montrex record, what does it imply? So if the one of the Ramsar sites are put under Montrex record, that means what? What it implies? UPSC prelims, they have asked this question. Changes in ecological character have occurred or occurring or likely to occur in the wetland as a result of human interference. So this is the reason why we are deploying it. That's what the statement is saying. Whenever there is a changes in ecosystem of that wetland, we will keep it in under Montrex record. Next option given is the country in which the wetland is located should enact a law to prohibit any human activity within 5 kilometers from the edge of the wetland. So if there is a launch of this particular site under the Montreux record, so that country has to prohibit everything within the 5 kilometers edge of the wetland. So that is the second applicability. The survival of the wetland depends on the cultural practices and traditions of the certain communities living in its vicinity, and therefore cultural diversity therein should be not destroyed. So this is the end of the statement. The cultural diversity in that particular wetland should not be disturbed by the government. That's what that implies. It is given status of World Heritage Site. So if the Montreux site is kept under Montreux record, that will be part of World Heritage. So what is among these, what does it imply that if it is placed under the Montreux record? So two people have answered it as A. Let's check the answer. Yes, you both are correct. Changes in ecological character have occurred because of the intervention of the humans. So this is the correct answer. Some students may confuse that government has to take protection, all these things. It is not a mandatory thing given by Ramsar Convention. It is only recommendatory in nature. So this is the answer for the fourth question. Last question. With reference to Finance Commission of India, which of the following statements is correct? So Finance Commission we have discussed. Among the given 4 statements, which one is correct? Not the incorrect, rather which one is correct, right? It encourages the inflow of foreign capital for infrastructure development. So Finance Commission will encourage the foreign capital to deploy in infrastructure. It facilitates the proper distribution of finances among the public sector units. So whatever the PSU companies are there, among them it enables to distribute the finances. It ensures transparency in financial administration. So third is this is also asked in UPSC only, way back in 2009. Okay, so it ensures transparency in financial administration. They are saying, and third is none of the above statements A, B or C are correct. So 5D someone have answered. Yes, very good. I thought you people will answer it as a C, but this is very good that you understood the context. So there is no mandate thing given to the Finance Commission. It is only a recommendatory in nature. So when there is no power to mandate, how can it promote the financial transparency, right? So answer is D. So that's all from today. Thank you. Keep following, keep subscribing. Thank you.